Now we are going to see about magnetism. We all know a magnet, isn't it? We all have played with magnet in our small age. Yes. So today we are going to see about its properties. Okay. Yes. So the magnets are object of stone, metal, or other materials which have the property of attracting metals like iron, cobalt, and nickel. Okay. So magnets are the object of a stone or it is a metal or other material which will have the property of attracting metals like iron, cobalt and nickel. Okay. So the attractive property of a magnet is called magnetism and it is either natural or induced. Okay. So the attracting property of magnet is called as magnetism and it will be either natural or induced. Okay, so the branch of physics deals with the property of magnet is also called magnetism. So the branch of physics which deals with the property of the magnet is called magnetism. Okay, the earliest evidence for magnet are found in a region of Asia Minor called Magnesia. Okay, so the earliest evidence of magnet was found in the region of Asia Minor, which is called as Magnesia. Okay, it is believed that the Chinese had known the property of magnet even before 200 BC. Yes, before 200 BC also the Chinese have known the property of the matron. So they used a magnetic compass for the navigation in 1200 AD. Okay, they have used the magnetic compass for the navigation even in 1200 AD. Okay, so the use of magnet in compass facilitated long distance sailing. So the magnet with the help of magnet and compass only, they have find the long distance direction while sailing. Okay. After the discovery of magnet, the world progressed into a new direction. Okay, after the discovery of magnet only, the earth have progressed into the world have progressed into a new direction. So today magnet plays an important role in our daily life, isn't it? Yes, magnet has played a very important role in our daily life. So the magnet are used in refrigerators, computers, car engine, elevators and many other devices. Okay, so in this lesson we are going to study about the types, properties and use of magnet. Okay. Yes. Next, let's see about classification of magnet. Okay. So magnets are classified into two types. So that's a two types of magnets which are natural magnet and another one is artificial magnet. Okay. So now let's see about natural magnet. So the magnet found in the nature are called natural magnets. So the magnets which are found in the nature is called as natural magnets. So they are permanent magnets. That means they will never lose their magnetic power. So natural magnets are permanent magnet which will not lose their magnetic power. Okay. These magnets are found in many different places of the earth in the sandy deposits. Okay, in the sandy deposit only these magnets are found in many different places. So the lodestone which is called as magnetite, it is an iron oxide which is the ore of iron, is the strongest natural metal magnet. So lodestone is the strongest natural metal. Okay, natural magnet. It is a very strong natural magnet. So the minerals like ferrite and columbite are also the natural magnet. Okay, like lodestone, ferrite and columbite are also called the are also the natural magnet. Okay, so this is the natural magnet lodestone. Okay, this is the lodestone. So do you all know that there are three types of iron ores? Okay, they are hematite, magnetite and siderite. So the magnetite is an oxide ore of iron with the formula Fe3O4. This magnetite formula is Fe3O4. Among these ores, magnetite has more magnetic properties. Among hematite, siderite and magnetite, magnetite has the more magnetic property. Yeah, so the natural property is the magnet which are found in nature are called natural magnets and they are permanent magnets. That means it will not lose their magnetic power. And lodestone which is one of the strongest natural magnet. Okay. Yes. Okay, next let's see about artificial magnet. Okay, so magnet that are made by people in the laboratory or factory are called artificial magnet. So artificial magnet is nothing but it is made by a people in the laboratory or a factory. Okay, so these are known as man-made magnets, which are stronger than the natural magnets. So these are these are known as the man-made organs magnet, which are stronger than the natural magnet. So artificial magnet is stronger than the natural magnet. Okay, so artificial magnet can be made in various shapes and dimensions. Yes, artificial magnet can be made in a various different types of shapes and dimensions. Bar magnet, cylindrical magnet, disc magnet are some of the examples of artificial magnet. Okay, so artificial magnet are usually made up of iron, nickel, steel, etc. So artificial magnets are made up usually of iron, nickel and steel. So the alloy of metals neodymium and samarium are also used to make artificial magnets. So the alloys like neodymium and samarium are also used to make artificial magnet. So artificial magnet is what? Which is made by a man-made, which was made by man. It's called, it is the artificial magnet that are made by people in the laboratory or factory are called artificial magnet. These are known as man-made magnets, which are stronger than the natural magnet. Okay. So this is the artificial magnet. They are. This is the horseshoe magnet. Okay. So these are all the artificial magnets. Okay, now let's see the difference between natural and artificial magnet. So the natural magnet is they are found in nature and have irregular shapes and dimensions. So natural magnet will have irregular shapes and dimension because they will found in nature. And artificial magnet means they are made by man-made magnets. So they are made in different shapes and dimensions. So there will be many different shapes and dimensions in artificial magnet, and natural magnet there will be only irregular shapes and dimensions. So in natural magnet, the strength of natural magnet is well determined and difficult to change. So the natural magnet strength will be well determined and it will be difficult to change. So there won't be the change. The change of natural magnet will be very difficult because the strength is well determined. So artificial magnet means can be made with the required and specific strength. So it will made in the particular strength only, required and specific strength only. Natural magnets are long lasting magnet, and artificial magnets, their properties are time bound. So they will be they are not a long lasting magnet like natural magnets. They have some time bounds. Okay, so natural magnets they have a less usage, and artificial magnets they have a vast usage in day to day life. Yes, in day to day life we use magnets only. In magnets, refrigerators, when we close the fridge it will close because of magnet. And elevators, car engines are all made up of magnet, so they have the vast usage in the day to day life, whereas the natural magnet they have a less usage only. Okay. Okay, so William Gilbert laid he is one scientist who laid the foundation for the magnetism. So he only laid the foundation for the magnetism and suggested that the earth has a giant bore magnet. So he only suggested that the earth has a giant bore magnet. Okay, so William Gilbert was born on 24th November 1544. He was the first man who performed the synthetic research on the properties of the lodestone. Okay, and published his finding in the influential De Magnete, which is called as the magnet. Okay, yes. So natural magnet means they are all found in nature. An artificial magnet which is made by human are called artificial magnet. So the strength of the natural magnet will be very determined and it will difficult to change the shapes. An artificial magnet can be made with required and specific strength. So natural magnet are long lasting magnet, whereas artificial magnets their properties are time bound only. So they have artificial magnet have a less usage of time, where artificial magnets they have a vast usage because we all use that in our day to day life. Okay, yes. Okay, next let's see about magnetic properties. Okay, So the properties of magnet can be explained under the following. So there are three types of magnet, properties of magnet, and can be explained under the following, which are attractive property, reflective property, and directive property. So what are the properties? Attractive property, sorry, it is repulsive property. Okay, so attractive property, repulsive property, and then directive property. Okay, yes. So attractive let's see about attractive magnet. So a magnet always attracts materials like iron, cobalt, and nickel. Yes, we have already seen that. Will always attract, magnet will attract metals like iron, cobalt, and nickel. So to understand the attractive property of magnet, let us do a experiment. Okay, let's see one experiment. Now take some iron fillings. Okay, iron fillings in a paper and place a magnet near them. Okay, we can see that the iron filling being attracted by the magnet. So in which part the magnet are attracted? We can observe that the iron fillings are attracted near the end of the magnet. So we can say that the iron fillings are attracted near the end of the magnet. So these ends are called as poles of magnet. So the iron filling which will attract near the end of the magnet, and that end are said to be as the poles of magnet. Okay. Okay, this shows that the attractive property of a magnet is more at the poles. So at the poles, the attractive property of magnet is more. Okay, at the poles, the attractive property of magnet is more. So one pole of the magnet is called as the north pole and other pole is called the south pole. So the poles, one pole of the magnet which is called as north pole and the other pole is called the south pole. Okay. So the magnetic poles will always exit in pairs. Okay, they will always exit in pairs only. Okay, so let's see the experiment. Now I have explained the experiment. Now let's see that in a video. Okay. Yes, I hope you all understand. Okay. Now, when what happens when a bar magnet is broken into a two pieces? So each broken pieces will behave like a separate bar magnet. Okay, even of also when the bar magnet broke into pieces, that each pieces will behave like a separate bar magnet. Okay, so when a magnet is split vertically, the length of the magnet is altered, and each piece act as a magnet. So when the magnet is split vertically, the length of the magnet will be altered and each pieces will act as a magnet. So even if the bar magnet broken into two pieces, they will behave like a separate bar magnet only. So when the magnet is split horizontally, the length of the new pieces of the magnet remains unaltered and there is no change in the polarity. Okay, so when the magnet is split horizontally, the length of the new pieces of the magnet will remain unaltered and there will be no change in the polarity. So in both the case, the strength of the magnet is reduced. Yes, when the bar magnet broke into the pieces, if the magnet split vertically, the length of the magnet will be altered and each pieces will act as a magnet. And when the magnet is split horizontally, the length of the new pieces will remain unaltered and there will be no change in the polarity. But in both the case, the strength of the magnet will be reduced. So there will be a reduction of strength of the magnet. So this is the Bohr magnet. Magnet equals existence pair. So this is a full magnet. Even if also it break into the pieces, it will form into a separate magnet. See South Pole and North Pole. So even also many four it break even if break into a four pieces also they will act as a separate magnet. Okay. Yes. Okay. Next let's see about repulsive property. First we have seen about attractive property. Here let's see about repulsive property. Now take a magnet and suspend it from a support. Okay, so now take a magnet and suspend it with the help of a support. Now hold another bar magnet in your hand. Okay, suspend one magnet from the support and also take another magnet in your hand. Now bring the north pole of the magnet close to the north pole of the suspended magnet. Okay, then bring the north pole of the magnet which is in our hand and also to the north pole which is suspended in the magnet, bring them close. We can see that the north pole of the suspend magnet will move away. So when we keep the north pole from the hand, if we keep the north pole, we bring the close to if we bring the north pole close to that suspended magnet north pole, we can see that the suspended magnet will move away. So from this we can say that the north pole repels another north pole. So we can say that the north pole is repel another north pole. So this activity explains another property of magnet that like poles repel each other. So a north pole will repel another north pole. Also, if we bring the south pole, also it will repel another south pole only. If we keep if we take another bar magnet in in a hand and take another bar magnet in a suspended wire and keep that in a suspended from a support, and if you bring that south pole of the magnet near the suspended south pole, we can see that there will be also repulsion between them. So the magnet like poles repel each other. So the north pole also repel another north pole and south pole will repel another south pole. Now if you bring the south pole of the magnet close to the north pole of the magnet, you can find that the south pole of the suspended magnet will attracted immediately. Yes, now if you bring the south pole magnet to the north pole, we can see that the south pole of the suspended magnet will be attracted immediately. So thus we can conclude that unlike poles of magnet attracted each other, whereas that is the north pole and south pole of the magnet will attract each other. So like poles will not attract each other and unlike poles will attract each other. So like poles mean if the north pole and north pole if we bring that too close to them, it will repel each other. The south pole and south pole if we bring together, it will repel each other. So unlike poles means if the north pole and south pole brings close to them, there will be attraction between them. So the two magnets will attract each other. So this is the repulsive property. Okay, let's see that in a video. Now I explain that we can see in a video. Okay.
The like poles repel and unlike poles attract. Students, when the north pole of a magnet is brought close to the north pole of another suspended magnet, the two magnets repel each other. But when the south pole of a magnet is brought close to the north pole of another suspended magnet, they attract each other. Let us perform an activity. Take two bar magnets. Suspend one magnet freely by a piece of thread as in the previous activity. After a while, the magnet will come to rest in the north-south direction. Now bring the north pole of the other bar magnet near the south pole of the suspended magnet. Do you observe the attraction between the two poles? Now, bring the south pole of the other magnet near the south pole of the suspended magnet. Do you observe the repulsion between the poles?
Yes, this is the repulsive property. Okay, I hope you all understand. Okay, next let's see about directive property. Now what and all we have seen? We have seen attractive property, then repulsive property. Now we can see directive property. Okay, so now suspend a bar magnet from a rigid support under a thread. Okay, so you should ensure that there are no magnet substance placed near to it. So we have to be careful that no magnetic substance are placed near to it. Okay, now wait for the moment and let it oscillate. Okay, so in a short time it will come to the rest. Okay, you can see that the north pole of the magnet is directed towards the geographical north. Okay, now repeat the procedure. You will observe that the magnet is oriented in the same direction. So suspend a bar magnet from a rigid support and gently disturb that suspended magnet. So when we gently disturb, it will oscillate. Okay, so now let's wait for some time, and after a short time it will come to the rest. So in that we can see that the north pole of the magnet is directed towards the geographical north. Okay, yes, so this experiment shows that a freely suspended bar magnet always align itself in the geographical north-south direction. So this what this experience shows me, the freely suspended magnet will always align itself in the geographical north or south direction. So the property of magnet by which it aligns itself along the geographical north-south direction when it is freely suspended is known as the directive property of the magnet. So what is the directive property of magnet? The property of magnet by which it aligns itself along the geographical north-south direction when it is freely suspended is known as directive property of matter. So when it is freely suspended, it will align itself towards the geographical north or south direction. Okay, so the north pole of the magnet points towards the geographical north direction and the south pole of the magnet points towards the geographical south direction. Yes, okay, I hope you all understand this. So today we have seen about classification of magnet. There are two types of classification of magnets. They are natural magnets and artificial magnet, and we have seen the difference between them, between the natural and artificial magnet. And then we have seen three properties of magnet. One is attractive property, repulsive property, and directive property. Yes, I hope you all understand. Thank you.